Hello, everybody. This is Mongo, your friend from SoCal. Now, today I just want to make a little video here. This is an article that is from July 23rd. So, this is something that I had seen bits and pieces of, but I had not seen anything really concrete, so to speak. But today I was browsing through Twitter and I saw this post from Michael Dougherty. Michael Dougherty, if you're not aware, he directed quite a few movies. Most specifically, he's directed Godzilla King of the Monsters, Krampus, and Trick or Treat. All three are pretty fun movies. They don't take themselves too seriously, so they're really nice to watch and have fun with. But he retweeted this article here from futurism.com. This is and he says, "I love Japan." And if you click on that link there, you get taken to a nice little article. So let me just take you to the Byte, which I would say is the news. Now, of course, this is today's news, and I would probably recommend taking a look at all this stuff. There's some interesting things here and there. I'll put the link here in the chat in case you're ever interested in checking that out. Now, let me see here, folks. Let me make sure I got my tabs correctly shared here. So let me open up this article for you guys. This is on futurism.com, and this came out on July 3rd, 23rd, 2020. This is by Victor Tangerman, filed under Robots and Machines. So, the Headless Horseman. Engineers in Japan have been hard at work building a gigantic 60-foot humanoid robot modeled after those in the Gundam sci-fi franchise. And while construction of the robot has slowed due to the coronavirus, it seems like progress is well underway. A recent video shows it taking its first tentative steps, Popular Mechanics reports, despite still missing its head. The footage appears to be sped up, so it's unclear how long the procedure took. While the robot managed to raise its right leg, it doesn't appear to be putting any weight on it, meaning that this was likely just a test for future walks. So let's take a look at this little video here, folks. Let me make sure I have it all shared up. Full screen is unavailable. And actually, folks, let me try and find a. Let me just pull this up on the YouTubes. Let me see. Let me pull that on YouTube. Pause that. Okay, pause that. Let me make sure I get this all hunky-dory here. Chrome tab. There we go. YouTube. I don't think there is any audio here, just like the article said. This is sped up. So there is our Gundam. Very cool. It is raising its right leg, and we are watching it in glorious HD. And pretty much it just goes on like that for a while. And look at that. It's moving, and this is a pretty hefty machine. You can see these people there for scale. And boy, that is a big son of a gun. A big son of a Gundam. Pardon the dad humor there. But I'll tell you, folks, that is amazing. It's really cool. You can find that. I will post the link here in the chat there for you guys to look that up in your personal time. Oh, and look at that. We got the Jeremy 5 Russia approved. Hail Mongo. Hail Jeremy. Glad to have you here. This is just a little article here from the futurism.com titled Headless Horseman. So we get to watch a 60-foot mecha-style robot take its first steps, or a Gundam. Personally, I've watched maybe bits and pieces of the Gundam franchise, and there's a lot to love. There's a lot to love about Gundam. Let me pull up that article, that tab with the article on it again. Whew, man, that's wigging out on me. A little video. Anyhow, so evening stroll. The entire robot, including the head, will weigh about 25 tons and have 24 degrees of freedom, meaning it should be able to walk pretty much anywhere, according to Popular Mechanics. It will also feature hands with fully articulated fingers and thumbs. A single hand from fingertip to wrist will stretch 6.5 feet. The company behind the robot, Gundam Factory Yokohama, was planning to have a preview event this month, but it had to be canceled due to the pandemic. The robot was originally meant to go on display to the public in October. According to a notice on the company's official website, that date has also been pushed back. So we can read more about this robot in Popular Mechanics. Right now I am opening up a little tab. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is a tab on Japan. I guess this is what this little link led me to here. Let me share that tab. But as I'm sharing the tabs, I got to say it's pretty awesome. I mean, the closest thing I've ever been to seeing something like gigantic like that, at least in recent memory, would probably be the Cabazon dinosaurs. If you've never been to Cabazon, it's a very nice place down here in California. It's kind of a tiny little town on the side of the freeway, but it has some giant dinosaurs, a giant T-Rex and a large Brontosaurus or Apatosaurus or Diplodocus. I'm not quite sure on the precise name of that. But here we go, 2020, moving life-sized Gundam set to arrive at Yamashita Pier, Yokohama. Really makes me wish I lived in Japan. Really makes me wish I could be around there with all this cool stuff happening. But, here's a little link. I won't go through every little bit of it. I will simply copy and paste. This is GundamFactory.net. Gundam Factory. Paste that. Put it in the chat. And let's take a look at the Popular Mechanics here. Popular Mechanics. And actually, while I'm at it, let me just pull up a image of the Gundam in particular. And let me see here. I believe I have a picture of this Gundam. Now, there's, fortunately for, everybody who's a Gundam fan, there are a lot of companies out there who are making toys of Gundams and figures and models and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is the RX-78-2 Gundam. This is the anime version. Here's just a little look at basically how this completed robot is going to look. I'm not sure they're going to give him a giant beam rifle or a shield or the beam sabers. But this gives you a decent idea of what we can expect. Right now, it's kind of looking like this, but I'm pretty stoked to see how this completed Gundam turns out. And let me see here. Now we are I'm going to pull up the article from Popular Mechanics here. Let me see here. Let me share. And, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm just really just chilling out for the rest of the day. I was trimming some trees earlier this morning, and boy, was that draining. Very draining. So here is the article from Popular Mechanics. Let me copy and paste that into the chat. Copy and paste, and we send that into the chat. And, honestly, gotta say, this is awesome. I am very much in love with this. So, since January, construction has been underway on this huge Gundam robot, a popular fictional robot that appears in some 50 TV series and movies since 1979, not to mention a slew of video games and manga. Coming in at about 60 feet tall, the Gundam will be impossible to miss from the port of Yokohama, just south of Tokyo, where it will call home for a full year. Although the COVID-19 pandemic has halted progress on various construction projects worldwide, the Gundam perseveres. You can check out the progress for yourself in this YouTube video, which I've linked already in the chat. And let's see, in the video, you can observe workers touching up the robot on a crane. Once finished, the robot will feature an incredible 24 degrees of freedom. I find that term interesting, 24 degrees of freedom. I don't quite know what that really means. My first thought is like, does it have articulation? Like 23 points of articulation, but it's probably not that. And maybe that's just a construction term or something. I'm not quite sure. But I gotta say, it's I kind of like that phrase, 24 degrees of freedom. If this thing can walk around, I think that's amazing. Imagine seeing that walking, just walking. Like you're on a boat, you're coming to the port of Yokohama, and you see this giant Gundam just sitting there, standing there. And imagine this thing getting moved. Obviously, I guess it's able to move by itself, but I mean, they're not going to take it apart, after they've already put it all together. At least that's what my thought is. So I'm really going to be interested in seeing how they, seeing video, because they're definitely going to video this thing getting transported to Yokohama. But I think it's amazing. It's going to weigh in at about 25 tons. And that's actually pretty lightweight considering how heavy it could have been. Those weight differences are thanks to careful engineering and design work, as outlined in a series of YouTube videos from Gundam Factory Yokohama. In one installment, we get a tour of where the workers designed, built, and assembled Gundam. Talks a little bit about the fingertips, how they're going to be 6.5 feet long. Some of these details are stuff that we've already read in the Byte. Jun Narita, head of design, explains that special considerations about the types of material and motors had been taken into account because otherwise one hand could weigh as much as 1,300 pounds. This weight restriction is like a curse, he says. Gundam Factory has updated its website to note that the special preview event has been canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. But thanks to the internet, fans near and far get a chance to see a real-life Gundam take one of its first steps. Obviously, folks, this came out, this article here came out July 21st. The article on the Byte came out on July 23rd. So this is old news, but I saw this and I really wanted to share this so that, before I got to the whole, to my usual Monday streams. Hopefully you guys are doing good out there. I figured I'd just keep this short. I didn't really want to make a video where I'd have to edit stuff and all that. So hopefully you guys are doing well. And let me just make sure I'm not missing any links here to any videos that you guys might want to see. Oh, look at that. Humanoid robot will star in a sci-fi movie. That's something I might have to look at later. That lots of interesting stuff here. Popular Mechanics. Gotta say, they really outdid themselves. Let me see here. Okay, so here I'm going to link you this video here. This is from, oh gosh, let me make sure I got this right. This is a series of YouTube videos from Gundam Factory Yokohama. I couldn't really tell you what it says here on the actual video because I do not speak Japanese, but I will paste this into the chat and you guys can check it out in your free time. But yes, it's a big old playlist of 17 videos. And I gotta say, it's pretty amazing. You're basically able to see the whole building process and all of that. It's really cool. It makes me wish I knew Japanese so that I could best enjoy this. Oh, we're having a link. Please check your internet connection. Okay. Let me try this again. Copy. Close out some of my tabs here. Fly rocket to the night. Pardon my humming. But yeah, so there is the link right there. It's a very big link to a video, but you can definitely find it. If you're having trouble finding it with that link, you can check out Popular Mechanics. That also has the link to these various YouTube videos. And I got to say, that's pretty cool news. Pretty cool news. And I think it's cool news for really anybody who's interested in science fiction and giant robots and mechanics and engineering. There's a lot of things that this appeals to. But folks, yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. Let me just make sure that I acknowledge you guys there in the chat. Let me take a look here. Well, I would check on you guys in the chat, but there we go. Okay, so now I can open up my YouTube app. Okay, let me check this out. See, because StreamYards has a very good bit of lag. But let me see. Alrighty, Jeremy 5 is lurking on YouTube while at work. All right, well, I hope you're doing good, Jeremy. I am going to be heading out right now because, there's stuff to do, more trees to trim. I'll probably have lunch in about an hour. I hope you have a good rest of your day, Jeremy. And yeah, I'll see you around. Keep working hard. And yeah, I'll see you. Most likely, I'll see you in another chat for a live stream. Whether it's a Thomas Gilkey's stream or some other live stream. But I'll see you around, Jeremy. You're a cool dude. You're a cool dude. I never met you, and I don't know much about you, but you're a cool dude based off the stuff that I do know. So, yeah, folks, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.